This is Mr. Royce Media coming at you guys with yet another video. It's gonna be a short one, but I want to talk about a subject that I think is kind of timely, and I think there is a certain amount of nuance involved. But I think right now I've seen enough of it that I think it's problematic, and I'm going to try to stay in the middle and just warn about the areas that I think are problematic with this. And this is the issue of guys who say you can't say certain stuff to your wife or your woman. I think this is important to talk about because I sometimes run into men who they say that they can't say certain stuff to their women, like you know, um, that dress doesn't look good on you, or you look fat in that dress, or you gained some weight or something, or you're acting like you're being disrespectful, you're acting like a bitch or anything like that. Just pointing out some of the negative things, or pointing out some things that are unflattering about their women. You know, I get that in some cases you want to keep the peace in your household, and you don't want to damage already fragile feelings of women. But then there comes a point to where um, you can only self-edit so much, and you have to be honest with the woman in your life. You know, if she's wearing something that's unflattering, or you don't think it's appropriate, you can be a man and say so. No, you're not wearing that. You know, I don't like it. It's too tight, or it doesn't flatter your figure, or whatever. If you feel she's getting too out of pocket in front of guests or anything, or she's getting too out of pocket in general, you need to be a man and say so. Hey, you need to stop. You need to reel it back in and talk to me like you got some sense. You need to be able to say that as a man, because if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. And furthermore, a good woman wants her man to be honest with her. You know, and she'll respect your honesty. I think this problem for a lot of guys goes back to dating, to where they'll do and say anything to get that peace leave, and or even goes back further than that, to where you can't say certain stuff to mama because mama gonna be mad, and they bring that attitude up through their adult years, and eventually into relationships and marriages. And the problem with it is that you know you're not being honest, number one. Number two, to me, you know, it's a question of are you a man, and do you stand on what you say? Now I get it. You don't want to say certain stuff because again, you want to keep the peace in your house, so you self-edit where it's reasonable. I get that. I understand that. But then there's a point to where it becomes that he's really wearing the pants in that house, man. You know. Now I know some of you guys are gonna disagree with me. You know, I don't give a fuck. You know, um, 'cause it is what it is. You're a man. You say you're a man, and you got to stand on certain things. The thing about the respect. If you have a woman that's being disrespectful out in public, or she's encroaching too far on your nerves, you need to nip that in the bud. You need to say something. Hey, you need to cool it. You can't sit there and be miserable just because you're afraid that she's going to cut off sex, or not going to let you see your kids or something like that. If you're in a relationship like that, then you're being punked. You're being punked, and you need to change that dynamic sooner than later. You know, the best the best remedy to that is don't start it. When you're dating, you're first getting with a woman, or you're first newlywed, say what's on your mind, speak truthfully to them to begin with, and make that the regular course of action, the standard operating procedure, and how you do things, and then that way, um, she'll she knows what to expect. That if he don't like something, he's going to say it. If he's going to tell me the truth. Again, a good woman will respect that. I'm not saying call them up all upside their heads and talk all upside their head and talk crazy to them, but at the same time, say say what's on your mind, mean what you say, and say what you mean. And don't be a pet male. You be the man in your relationship. You can't let her be the man in the relationship because she's definitely not going to respect you. So take that nugget, roll it around in your head, and if you need to make some adjustments, then that's what you got to do. And first part of that is being honest. You know, guess what? If you do something your woman don't like, she'll probably tell you. So you definitely need to be the same. All right. This is Mr. Royce of Royce Media. Like, share, subscribe, get in the comment section, and I'm out.